Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to Starfield as we are checking out the Pilgrim's Rest, which is supposed to be the actual resting place where this pilgrim apparently died and was buried, and it might be an indicator. Something about Unity, something about these artifacts we've been finding, maybe something about the Starborn, or maybe we'll just get there and there'll be a decoder ring that we use to decode a secret codex, and it'll say, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. It could be that, too. You know, sometimes you get screwed over on these little trips. But we'll see. We're in the middle of like a desert planet, it looks like. Alright? It's like Dagobah. No, Dagobah would be the swamp planet. This is more like Tatooine, right? It's Tatooine. Let's see what clues we can find. There it is, the Pilgrim's Rest. Do I make my own mac sauce for burgers? No, we didn't do anything like that. This time around, we had forgotten. We had basic condiments, like we had mustard, ketchup, mayo. But we had totally forgotten, okay, to buy other things, like lettuce, tomato, pickles. We forgot all of that. And I would like to do that next time. Plus, I want to get some kind of a seasoning to season the beef as I'm cooking it. It's not beef, excuse me, to season the bison as I cook it. Because I think that would make it a lot better. But we forgot all of that. We just had the basic stuff, so. Alright. I've never made a beef Wellington. No, Bloomkin. Sorry, I'm not a good cook. So this is it. This is Pilgrim's Rest. This camp. What do you think we can find here?
Hey, you
This
ski?
is like a mess.
I love skiing. You should see Cora. She's a terror on the slopes.
What? Why would he randomly say that? Why would he say that now? We're in the middle of something interesting. You're talking about skiing. How useful. This place is a mess. It looks like this place has been ransacked. A pilgrim's writing? Here is the crux of my troubles. To accomplish anything, I need to work with other people. I need assistance. I need workers and hands. As we work together, they inevitably ask questions that I can never help talking. It starts innocently enough. They want to understand how someone who believes in science can also believe in the divine, where they have their own misunderstanding instilled by some borderline religious remnant. My weakness is my inability to let alone. I want them to understand, so I try gently as I might to nudge their minds onto the right path. Then there are follow-ups and followings. The trouble is that I genuinely care for these people. It would be so much easier if I didn't. Huh? Are there going to be more of those books I need to find around here that maybe talk like that? Maybe. Here's a little building. How do I get in here? There's a door. Where's the door? Ah. Well, this is not good. It's already open. That's not a good sign. Pilgrim's Writing 4. I wish I could read these in order, right? At last a bit of piece of peace. Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Why have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between writing to myself and talking to myself? The former certainly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again, my mind is my own, and even if only it exists, it's sufficient for me to believe in everything else. The unity has restored me once more. This time I act alone for now. Myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much, but vanity is thankfully not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude is in my case time with a very sick man, or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Huh? So this guy, didn't he just say he was talking to others and trying to teach them? Now he's saying that he's alone? Right? Huh. Yeah, I wonder. Okay. I wonder. Anything else? Another book? Oh, there's another book. Which one is this? Pilgrim's Writing 3. Today, in a soft voice, my assistant asked me if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could do to keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding that would lead to such a question. I was asked honestly, and I answered as best as I could. If even in my closest confidant here can fail to grasp the most basic of the truths, why am I bothering to explain any of it at all to them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can even issue the slightest clarification. People are necessary, but people are madness. I attempted to withdraw to go off alone to commune with unity in my own way. They followed. Of course they followed. So it almost sounds to me, now that I'm piecing this together, this person is some kind of a big thinker, or almost like a guru of thought. And he has followers that want more, but every time he tells them his philosophy, they misunderstand him, and they ask him ridiculous questions that he feels are just, if they understood what he was saying, they wouldn't ask him the questions. So he's tormented by the very people who want to learn more, and they're following him around, and eventually he just ended up here, and he's kind of saying that he was by himself. That's kind of interesting. So what ended up happening? Did he end up being here by himself, living his life, dying here in solitude, right? Like, what was the outcome of all of this? Let's see credits. He doesn't need them. Access the locked room and search for clues on Unity. Something's in there, huh? Alien stew. Here's Pilgrim's Writing 5. I never found one. I find myself thinking about his various almost said it said pasta. His various pasta. I find myself thinking about his various pasts and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, and more development of myself. I imagine passing through one more to another world and beginning the process anew. What is notable here, that road does seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself anticipating the pleasures and seeking a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of considering all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path. If I stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power. If I instead embraced the twinges of compassion that I feel in my heart, and let myself care for the people who seem to gather about me wherever I try to work. If I simply lived and taught, and perhaps brought others to the light, and then I died. That road also seems gratifying, and I also see a contented version of myself in that future. Here's the difference, though. When I stop thinking about the glories I could achieve for myself, the pleasure fades nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something, that feeling endures. There is something more sustaining about it and more fulfilling. I don't know what the difference signifies, but I'm grateful for the time that I've taken to notice it. So is he saying, when he thinks about personal achievement and glory, he feels pleasure, right? He's saying basically there's two different ways he could go about his life as a big thinker. So here's the Pilgrim's computer. The spammers are at it, are they? Let's take a look. Who's spamming? Tell me. Who's a spammer? I'll get rid of him right now. People are asking if I like barbecue sauce on a burger. I like it on some burgers. It depends on the burger. If you're going to have barbecue sauce, usually I want like a meat on there too. Like maybe bacon or like a pulled pork or something with it. I wouldn't just slather barbecue sauce on top of a standard burger. If you came seeking the right answers, you'll know what question to ask. What are you talking about? How do I open the door? What is the unity? I return to your question with a question. Have you read my writings? What's the burden of people? They're necessary but madness. They're madness. Is what he said. People are madness. Who's your most formidable opponent? Myself. Where does enduring contentment come from? And growing, becoming better and stronger, a nice cool drink, and stopping embracing. Let's say, and growing, becoming better and stronger, which is what he said in his books. Nah! Okay, and stopping and embracing and compassion. Got it. You came here seeking the true meaning of unity. If you still wish to find it, there is one final piece of myself in the next room. I found my own answer a long time ago, but not in the way that I was expecting, so I hope your journey gives you the truth. Okay. There's another book. Is there anything else in here? Yeah, a hot plate. He has a hot plate to cook. And a pot. I found my answers. These antimicrobials are the answers. We finally found them. Oh! Tracker's Primer. Permanently increased ballistic weapons damage by 5%. That's actually a decent upgrade, I would say. For ballistics. Yeah, that's pretty good. A pretty good permanent magazine find there. You know what? How much you want to bet in this game there's like 1 million of those? And most people just don't find them, including me. I probably like missed like 20 of them. And they just been in the environment. And this I just happened to stumble upon it this time. Lucky, I guess. Because they definitely blend in this one. They don't stand out. You know, the bobbleheads or the snow globes, those kind of things, or the books in Skyrim, they kind of, you can figure them out. Those things are just right in the environment. All right, it's the Pilgrim's final writing. Everyone prepare yourself. We're about to get a plot dump right now, so prepare yourself. Ready? I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, though, I am comfortable with not knowing. The more I reflect on being here in this world, in this time, the more I think it is precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me, so I won't have to run. I can actually build something with intent instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. I can be something beneficial. I'm leaving behind that other person. This world is no place for him. Let him die. Let me live to enlighten the blessed universe before me. I have found the end of my journey, but to know everything, you must find its beginning. On Hyla 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. Cletus says, it's a disaster. The perk mags that are in the copy-paste locations are duplicated an infinite number of times, too. What does that mean? What do you mean by that, Cletus? That the mags are copy-pasted. What does that mean? I guess we're going back to our ship, right? So we're going to Hyla 2. It's an unexplored route. Can we go here instead? Yes. To Al-Batani. First we go to Al-Batani. And then we go to the next part. Anyone in Al-Batani? Anything going on here? No, nice and empty. Nice and boring. Like the rest of the game. Ships are warping in, but I think they are UC. They're nice. They're friendlies. Okay. Friendlies, no problem. Alright, on to the next. Bungo Express just did a super chat and said, I love the stream. Your content is chill. We're powering up the grab drive for a second jump. Oh, hold on. Thank you, Bungo Express, for the super chat. Let's get that on the leaderboard.
Grab jump successful, just like your life.
Okay. So we're at Hyla 2. And I guess we're going to land, right? Indeed. The ancient ruins. Okay. Something about a scorpion sting. Scorpion. King Michael, I'm glad that you're enjoying tonight's chill stream of Starfield. Thank you. Scorpion. Beware the sting of the scorpion. Those are not scorpions. Those are nice creatures. Look. They're hurting tongue face grazers. What a name, tongue face? Tongue face. Willow says, I love Starfield. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I will say this, since we started doing the main storyline, this is more interesting than a lot of the other things we've done in the game, is it not? It actually feels like we're like doing something interesting and getting somewhere with a plot. I would say the Terrormorph plot was pretty good. I think the Freestar Collective plot was kind of boring, honestly. So I would say right now there was the UC plotline, the Vanguard plotline, and this one here are my two favorites in the whole game. from what we've done so far, 40 hours in. There's some ruins. They're out there in the water. Now, how are we going to get there without drowning? I guess we're going to get down to the water first. This looks like a lake in like a Zelda game. Does it not? It totally does. It looks like a Zelda lake. I know. Can you stand these graphics? Look at the amazing detail of that next-gen water. Right? Look at that. What is that noise? Oh, shit. Someone is landing here? Who's that? Someone else just happens to be landing on this planet at the same time as us. Microbial contamination in progress. Cletus says, remember the Mass Effect Andromeda first planet, the desert one? This looks like a one-to-one copy-paste of it with human future ruins. What is going on with my health? What just happened to my health bar? Protection regenerating? I don't know. I don't get that, but whatever. So, another ship landed on the opposite side. Are we going to have a shootout with someone at these ruins or something? Maybe. One thing's for sure, I'm not fighting this thing. It's a hunting Irkururan. Wow, there's a lot of these things. There's another one.
Those
Look.
ruins. They look ancient. Oh, Vladimir would go nuts for this. Barrett, too.
Pay no attention to the creature. Just pass it. Damn it, there's a million of these things. I guess we're gonna have to fight them. Well, I'm not gonna waste my... Did Barrett just walk... Or Barrett, excuse me. Did Sam just walk right the fuck up to one like he didn't even care? He did, didn't he? Look, he's walking right up to them. Do they not aggro? I don't get it. It's safe. I really don't understand what's happening right now. That's it? Go to the last star of the Scorpius constellation. We came all the way out here just to mess with that stupid thing. The enemies didn't even aggro to us. They ignored us completely as if we weren't even there. And all we had to do was mess with it, and then it says, oh, just go to the last star of this constellation. Oh. Okay. Wow. Well, that was a riveting mission. Let me tell you guys something. I feel all the more a better person and gamer for having done that. The hunter.
I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Keeper Aquilus sent me to find the true meaning of unity.
You did. Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship. You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
All right, let's do it.
Good. See? We can all get along.
Don't tell them I'm going to kill them when I get on the ship. Before I leave, I'm just going to sneak attack them both. Because we know that they take damage. Thank you, Bungo. Bungo expressed another super chat. He says, he's here. He, in spite of what haters say, he's liking his time here. I'm glad that you feel that way. As you can see, I pay no attention to nonsense. I don't cause drama. I don't participate in drama. I'm just here to enjoy games and chill with you guys. That's it. That's the whole purpose of existing on the internet. If it was otherwise, I wouldn't be here because I don't play that game. So I'm glad that you're enjoying. Okay, let's board and see what the hell's going on. So now you know what's going to happen. These are just normal dudes with technology, but they're normal people. I guarantee you they're normal people. 100%. In fact, are they not in Mantis outfits? Are they not? Look. So, how much do you want to bet the Mantis, the superhero, whose outfit we looted earlier in the game, actually was found? Was not designed, but found by someone. They started wearing it and became a vigilante, but in reality, it was a suit from one of these Starborn that was found randomly in the universe, right? How much do you want to bet? Because these look very similar to the Mantis outfits.
Again. Do you remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to
That's
gain.
right, we fought them. We blew them into pits, and they ran away.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
All we ever wanted to do was talk. You attacked us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
I agree, killing you and taking your artifacts are both on my list. You're talking in circles. I came to learn about unity. Let's say that.
Yes. Let's talk about what really matters.
The unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
Not a relatively expendable Dusty anymore, are you? Look at where you've ended up.
It's not Barrett. It's bullshit, right? It's definitely not Barrett. Stay silent.
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and and they open the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
You gotta be kidding me. So it is Barrett, but it's not Barrett. It's another universe's Barrett. It's a multiverse plotline. You have got to be fucking kidding me. The story of fucking Starfield is a multiverse plotline? Oh my god, they did it again? What? These writers are hacks. Are you shitting me? This has got to be a cool joke. This seriously has to be a joke. We were just playing Mortal Kombat 1 not a month ago. And the plot of Mortal Kombat 1 is a really shitty multiverse plotline. And I said, why is everyone copying what Marvel did in the MCU? Because they think it's popular right now. Multiverses can work, alright, when they're unique or different or interesting. Is every fucking video game now going to do a multiverse plotline? This is fucking terrible. You've got to be kidding me. So, what he's saying is in his multiverse, I died. He got all the artifacts. He went to this Unity. It made him a superpowered being and allowed him to travel to other universes. And now he's in this universe. Right? But why? What was the point? Why travel to the other universe? And why did he try to get the artifacts from you? This Unity is where the artifacts are from the temples.
They are all connected.
But who made them to begin with? Where did it all come from? Both of you are trying to keep people from it.
I have to. This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your launch because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
Keeper Aquilus? No, it's another version of the same person. You've been to the Unity multiple times. What does that mean?
It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going.
So, what I'm understanding is, basically, the reason that so many people who played this game said get through your first playthrough first, finish it, and then do New Game Plus, likely what that means is at the end of this game, you go to the Unity, you go through it, you become a Starborn, and in New Game Plus, you're a superpowered being, and you're going through the same universe a second time, but this time it's your goal to get all the artifacts for yourself and to prevent others from getting them. So I wonder if in your second run, if you might even be anti-Constellation, and you're trying to stop the Constellation members from getting the artifacts because your goal is a game of keep away, right? Oh my god. Well, Klein, thank you for the super chat. He says, do you believe in the multiverse theory? I don't know. Cletus says, yes, in the New Game Plus universe, it's new, so Sarah Morgan can be male. Other characters can change. Essentially, when you do New Game Plus, you can change all of these factors around, and it makes it feel kind of fresh. I'm sorry, but I hate to say it. Even though that does sound unique for a video game, the multiverse thing has already been done to death. First, comic books did it a ton. You had Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was the DC version that kind of made it a mainstream popular thing in comic books. Then Marvel did it, right? Then you had the MCU. So the MCU did it. Now it seems like every video game wants to do it. I'm sorry, but it's too late for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they had done this 5-6 years ago, I would have been blown away. I would have been like, this is one of the most original things I've ever seen. The Marvel Universe made this mainstream popular, and now everyone wants to fucking do this. It's lame. It's been done to death. I just played Mortal Kombat 1. The plot did this, and I hated it. And now I find out that Starfield is the same fucking plot. Oh, man. But, of course, here's the question. Who created the artifacts? Who created the temples? Who created this weird technology that they have that's so different from the technology that, you know, you have in the main universe of your own universe? So there's got to be more to the story, but how much you want to bet nothing's explained? How much you want to bet that's how Bethesda does it? They just don't explain shit. They just leave it open-ended and just play endless New Game Plus runs and learn nothing, right? All right, well, there you go. Keyboard Quillis, you're another version.
You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. To appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you. You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
So I hope one of you, we combine our artifacts and then we enter the Unity.
Bingo.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine or the Hunters?
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
Optional, talk to the Hunter or talk to the Emissary and leave the Scorpius. Sam didn't come with me? Why, when I turn the camera, is there a breeze on their clothing? All right, I want you to watch just their clothing around the waistline. You ready for this? Watch this. Why is their clothing moving when I move the camera? What the hell is wrong with this game? If I spin the camera, their clothes move. Can we talk to both?
Sure you have more questions. Ask. I know we're not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it's good to see you again, old friend.
Who was I in your universe and what was I like?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version. But so much of you stays the same. It's hard. But each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again. As yours won't have its real me.
You try to protect the artifacts and keep them from being abused?
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way.
Okay. So what is the armillary then? In New Game Plus, you can meet a voiced version of your character. If you get lucky, it's RNG. Huh. Interesting.
When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
So basically, he wants to make sure that no one abuses power. But I mean, if that's the case, he kind of sees himself as almost like a judge-like figure, like a big moral paragon, the one who makes sure that everyone does the right thing. While the Hunter is all out for power, but I mean, couldn't he be just as bad as the Hunter in a lot of ways, right? What happens when you enter the Unity?
It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn.
The Unity speaks to you.
You'll be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion, or is it testing us?
The emissary and their kind only want to control you.
Okay, let's talk to him.
You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that.
Why did you let me go after you attacked the lodge?
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary.
Ah.
Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new.
I guess every other version of you was an inept idiot then. Right?
Don't get many of those anymore.
That's just hilarious. Every other version of you is a bumbling fool who just trips over their own shoelaces and falls and impales themselves on a fence on the way to the ship. But you're the only one who made it. Why'd you attack us?
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
Okay, Jade says he's going to take off. Have a good day off. Thank you, Jade. I'll see you Friday. Double new game release. Should be a good day. You called the emissary a hypocrite. Why?
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I
Yeah,
do.
I don't really see the difference.
I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
That is weird. So he just wants all the power and he lets you do whatever you want. I don't care. The emissary wants all the power and wants to stop everyone else from having the power because he thinks it's too much for one person to bear. They should live by a moral code, yet he creates the code. So isn't that hypocritical? I don't get it. You had this meeting because of me?
No, we always end up having this meeting at this time.
Ah.
But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic.
See you later, Willow.
Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. And it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
Obviously, what's interesting here is that in your universe, this guy is just a religious leader who never even saw anything past that. But obviously, this version of him from another universe was this power-seeking, ambitious guy. Completely different versions of the same person. All right, so why is the Unity? What is the Unity to you? Why do you kill for it?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us.
So they don't know either.
One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
So I guess the question is, why does he keep... We know that the emissary keeps going back through the Unity, or what did they call it, the Armillary, because he's trying to stop versions of him, right? So he feels compelled to keep doing it to stop him from wreaking chaos in the universe. But why does he keep doing it? He says, I won, I kept winning. If you keep winning and you're the most powerful guy in the universe, why do you keep going back? Do you think that if you keep going that... Look at this. What? I'll pilot the ship if I want. Get the fuck out of here. I'll sit where I want. I'll take a big steamer right there if I want to. Smear it all around. You fucking two assholes here. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Right? So it's just kind of crazy. He's already the most powerful dude, yet he keeps going back for more. What's the point? If you're already the most powerful, why keep going back for more? That's a little confusing. And all this ship, they don't understand the ship. They don't understand the technology. They just know that it exists, and they never, in all of their times through this Armillary and through the Unity, they never found out who originally created everything. Well, then, are you really that powerful at all? Kind of reminds me of the Protheans. The Protheans in Mass Effect kept using the new technology over and over, but they never really understood where it came from, right? They just kept using it, and then come to find out it was Reprotect.
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be.
Okay.
Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way.
Thank you. All I never wanted was answers. You Starborn sure like your you must see for yourself nonsense. Fine, I'll see what I can find on the moon. It's the moon, Earth's moon.
That is all I ask. I hope you see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure that they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
What I'm actually being told here is that it could be anyone. Like, for example, in my game, it was Barrett who died, and then this emissary becomes Barrett. I'm being told that it could be anyone. Someone just said, yeah, Yum Yum says in my version it was Andreja. I had actually married her in my plot, so then I had to restart the universe to save her because she died in his plot line, and then she became the emissary. So to save the character, he had to have a restarted universe. Cletus says it was Sarah who died in my game. Wow. So basically, I mean, what determines that? I wonder, is it the, could it be the companion who you spent the most time with and you're the most friendly with? That's the one who's the one that gets sacrificed for the plot? Alright. Get on the shit. The first run kills one of your two highest rated companions, I'm being told. Yeah, wow. So, man, did we luck out, because it was not... It was not intentional that I was going to spend the most time with a particular person, and that one was going to be the one that was... I didn't know anyone was going to die. It was complete luck that I completed Barrett's plotline before this happened. Interesting. Well, it's unique the way they did it, but I just wish it wasn't multiverse, because multiverse has been done to death. It almost feels like the game is too little too late, right? Does it not?
I barely ever visited here before I joined Constellation.
It really does to me. It feels like it's just too little too late to have a multiverse plotline instituted in the game, sadly.
Here's the closest thing Cora has to home. Not bad, right?
Do you want to know the truth now, guys? Can I be honest with my audience here? I mean, I always am, but can I be very, very honest? I think now, like, the entire game's pointless. Like, for example, I thought, okay, before I finish the game, I want to do the Crimson Fleet faction, and I want to do the Ryujin faction, and I'd like to do the other companion quests. What's the point? What's literally the point of any of it? It doesn't... It's all for naught. Because this universe is expendable, correct? This universe is literally expendable because you're eventually going to go to another one anyway. That's the plot. The end of the game is you go to another universe, right? You go into the armillary, you hit Unity, you go to another universe. So who cares about any of that shit, right? So now it's like, do I even care? Do I even care to do the other shit? Right? Zen Shuriken says, yeah, there's just no stakes to anything. Reverse 750 says, at least finish the story before you end the playthrough. Oh, trust me. I want to finish the story now. I want to at least see how it does end. But I'm serious. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, why do I care to do the Andreja missions? Why do I care to do the Crimson Fleet? None of it matters. The multiverse aspect of the plot has ruined it and made it so that none of it means anything. It's worthless because you know it's going to reboot anyway. Right?
Hey. I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together.
Hold on, let me get the emissary in here. We can talk to Barrett about this. Let's get him in.
To Barrett.
All right, I'll be there.
Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Wait for the service. 5 days. That's it? Oh, that was a side quest. Was it? It is. Missed beyond measure. It's a side quest. We also have Unearthed. Go to the... What is this? Go to Nova Galactic Research Station? What the hell's that? I don't even know what that is. The emissary gave me a key to a base on Luna. Oh! This is where he wants you to go on the moon to learn about the artifacts. Okay, never mind. That's the next part of the main quest. But we're doing this. We're doing Return to the Lodge right now. Okay. So do we tell them all what we just figured out? Because it's going to be pretty mind-blowing, right?
Mateo told us about your Pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
Yeah, here we go. Barrett is alive. There's a version of him from another universe.
What? It can't be.
Our colleague is alive in some alternate dimension? Am I hearing this right?
Let's take a step back. This is everything we've been building towards, and the implications are a lot to take in. Could you explain the part about multiple universes one more time for everyone?
I never explained it the first time.
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
I met a version of Barrett. He told me the Unity creates the Starborn and they can cross universes. Apparently in another universe, I died and Barrett lived. He's the emissary now, a Starborn. Let's say that.
And that's why the Starborn want the artifacts so desperately. They're the keys to unlocking the infinite.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind.
What the hell? He just disappeared.
Or oblivion. Like the hunter.
Vlad, are you still there?
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
I received a tip. I got a $2.50 tip. Okay, thank you. I will thank you for the person who sent the tip. I appreciate that. I will check that out later. $2.50 tip. Thank you. If you just sent the email, I will someone sent me an email. They want me to read it later. I will check it out later. Thank you. Okay, cool.
I didn't lose you, did I?
All right, this is our mission to go into the unknown. Think of what awaits us, a new life. You should all take time to think about what this means. Say, this is our mission to go to the unknown. This is our mission to go into the unknown. We should all take the time to think about what this means. Let's do that.
You're right. This is a lot to take in.
Take some time to process, everyone. We finally have some answers. Now we need to figure out what to do with them.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
So talk to Vladimir. Let's see here. Talk to Vladimir. I need to see Vladimir. Saw about finding more artifacts. By the way, what time is it? Yeah, we're just about out of time, guys. So we have a few things to do. We have the Vladimir mission to find more artifacts. We have to go to the Nova Galactic Research Station. And that, to me, sounds like the most important and interesting thing. Does it not? That sounds like the most interesting thing of all, because it's going to give us more information about the origin of the artifacts. I mean, I hope that there will be some information about the origin of the artifacts in the story now. This just seems like an optional thing to say goodbye to your Barrett, which is a nice touch, but I don't think it has much meaning in the scheme of things, right? All right. So yeah, but you know, again, I want to be honest with you guys. Let's save. I feel like now, because of the way the plot is gone, that nothing else in this game has meaning. Like, I'm sure that the factions will be interesting and we'll have some stuff, but I mean, like, does it matter? Because the whole end game, you know what's going to happen. The game's going to reboot. You're going to become a Starborn. You're going to go to another universe, and the whole idea is it's a new game plus, and yes, the characters are shuffled around and rebooted or whatever, which is a nice touch if you want to play the game a second time, but what's the point of it all, right? If there's an endless amount of multiverses and things out there, then nothing you've done in the game really has that much meaning. I guess you can argue the first run story for everyone is the same, right? But do I really want to sink time into the Crimson Fleet and Ryujin and all the companion quests when all of that is going to be reset anyway, right? Jason says there are multiple endings depending on faction choices, so nope, you're wrong. When you say multiple endings, though, do you mean it's like Fallout New Vegas, where at the end there's just a row of like screens that say, oh, this happened to this faction and this happened to this faction because you did this with them and you did this with them, right? Right? I don't know. Anyway, this was eye-opening. I was not expecting this to be the plot of the game at all. Really. I was not expecting this to be the plot at all, and I have not been spoiled. Somehow, in the last month and a half, I managed to never be spoiled on the plot of this game, which is remarkable. Because I know a lot of people probably thought I would have been spoiled by now because I played it so slow. But, man. Anyway, I will continue to play it. This is going to be a game that it's going to be on and off balance with other stuff. I definitely want to say that absolutely I want to keep playing the main story at the least. I absolutely want to see the main story to its end. But I guess the real question is, do I want to spend a lot of time on all the other content when now you know it's all meaningless, you know? I mean, yeah, it has a meaning in that people wrote the story, you want to experience that plot for the first time, but it does really suck that this is the plot, that it's going to basically be rebooted and no one cares, right? Man. I've never seen a game like that. I guess if you really love this game, you might be delighted. You'd be like, wow, I can play it again, and all the variables are shuffled around, and people are different, and things, you know? But at the same time, I don't know. I guess it really ultimately depends on how much you've enjoyed the game. I've liked the game, parts of it. Like I said, I've enjoyed playing this as a chill playthrough with you guys. It's not really been a main focus. Like, I've told you the shortcomings of this game, what I think is wrong with it, and why it doesn't really stand out compared to other Bethesda games. So, it's funny to me that this is the one that they've chosen. This game is the one that they have ultimately chosen to be the one that's the multiverse plotline, that you can go back and re-experience it again and again and again with different variables, when it's the one that seems the most bland, right? It's the most bland universe. It's the one where you probably don't want to go back and play it again because it's just not that interesting, right? And that's the one where you could do multiverse plot lines. It's like, oh my god. Oh, man. Well. Well, guys, this was certainly a turning point for me now that I know where the plot is going. and I'll have to think about what I want to do. Don't worry, no matter what, I promise you I'm finishing the game. I'm finishing the main plot. I just don't know how much more time I'm going to invest in it. I have to think about it. You know, if I do those faction quests plus companion quests, you're probably talking another 10-15 hours added to the playthrough before I finish the main story. From what I'm going to understand, I'm very close to the end of the main story right now. Maybe another 2 to 4 hours and it'll be done. So, man, I just don't know how to feel. I was not expecting this, and I certainly wasn't expecting to be multiverse shit, you know, from Marvel. Sheesh. Well, guys, I want to say thank you. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's stream. To those who were here and chilled, to those who supported and engaged, thank you all. I'm very curious on your thoughts about this now, because really now nothing could be spoiled, right? So now I'm curious for everyone who's watching, maybe leave some comments on the video and let me know what you think. How should I go about continuing to play the game? What do you think about this being the quest line and the plot line, and how does this affect things? Did it affect anyone's playthrough where they just hated it so much they stopped playing? Did it intrigue some people so much they wanted to play more? I'm just curious. For me, it's like, it's a confusing take. I don't even know how to take this, right? Man. All right, but anyway, thank you all. And when will I be playing this again next? I can't answer. We do have so many new releases on the horizon that I don't know when I'll be able to squeeze in a stream. It might even be as much as next week. I might be able to play more of this next week on a late stream. We'll see how things go with the new releases, but let's find out. All right, guys, thank you so much. Great stream tonight, and I will see you all soon for more Starfield.